legends start. In-depth words cutting deep as cleats. Every play analyzed heartbeat by beat. Interviews, raw stories unfold. Behind the curtain, the secrets told. The Golden Room Podcast, sweeping the game from the 50-yard line to the Hall of Fame. Breaking it down, tearing it apart. The Golden Room Podcast, where legends start.
Welcome in. This is the Golden Broom Podcast, Season 4, Episode number 2. I'm your host, Cody Slavinsky, joined as always by Vandy Chris Keenhold. We are here to have a big conversation tonight. It's going to be a big show, to say the least, but we're going to pay tributes to the people, all the celebrities really that passed away this week, because it was a lot. And we're gonna take a few minutes and actually share our thoughts on it, because I think it's very appropriate to do so. We're also going to talk about some Big Ten Media Day coverage. Last week we talked about the 9-game versus 8-game conference schedule. Well, it was talked about more, since that other conference only plays 8 games. We will definitely get into that tonight, because usually Chris is one to he likes to lean on the edge with things. But this is one I feel he's passionate about, and I like this. It's an interesting take tonight. I'm very excited to hear it. We also are going to talk about some injuries that have happened in the NFL. Justin Fields had his injury this week. He was back at practice, but we're going to discuss that later on. We're going to talk about Jake Retzlaff transferring from BYU to Tulane. I mean, it's a shame, man, just being a man has to leave like that. Which, by the way, Tulane will now have one of the deepest quarterback rooms in the entire country. Um,
Stop it.
they really do. They have four guys that could legit be starters in Power Four conferences. I'm not saying every Power Four school, but I'm saying that they have four very good quarterbacks on their roster right now. They really do, and it's not. And I'm not saying like these are 5-star studs, but these are guys that are very capable of doing good things. That's where I'll leave that. And then we also have to talk about Will Levis. Very nasty situation, in my opinion, in Nashville right now. I didn't like, and we can talk about this part real quick. Did you happen to see where they were trying to make Cam Ward look like a terrible person?
I've not seen anything about that.
Yeah, so basically they cut out his interview he did, and they basically only shared that he's thinking about Cam Ward. They didn't share the part where he wished Will Levis the best, and he is ready to see him back in the locker room and everything, and sending good vibes to him. They skipped all that and only shared the part that made him look conceited. It was stupid. But anyway, let's get into the show tonight. Before we talk about anything, though, I'm going to share just a little bit of this video. I'm not going to share the whole thing because I don't want to get popped for copyright tonight. But let's share this.
Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday we lost one of the biggest and most globally recognized icons in the world. A man I grew up watching, was fortunate enough to share the ring with, and like so many of us, were honored to call a friend. The truth is, he captivated millions of people and inspired them around the globe. We would not be standing here right now, all of us together, if it was not for him.
So that's what I'll share of that. I thought it was a very good opening tribute to the great, immortal Hulk Hogan, who passed away due to a heart attack. Very sad situation. Growing up, obviously, Hulk Hogan was the biggest name in professional wrestling. I mean, the moment that he laid the leg drop on Macho Man Randy Savage and became a heel in WCW is a moment that nobody will ever forget, because it was such a turning point in professional wrestling that led into the Monday Night Wars. And it was just absolutely insane. And one thing that always stuck out with him, he had his message of say your vitamins, or take your vitamins, say your prayers. And, that's something that nobody forgets. And as a kid, I was a big wrestling action figure collector as a kid. Well, I wouldn't say collector. I just had quite a few. And my favorite one I had was my 1994 Hulk Hogan. It was a rubber action figure. He was just in his pose like this, came with a WCW championship belt, had me all excited. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And for some reason, Facebook is kicking us off right now for some reason. I have no idea what's going on. But anyway, I was never a big Hulk Hogan fan growing up because I was a Sting fan and I was a Bret Hart fan. Like, those were my guys. But without Hulk Hogan, the wrestling industry would not be where it's at today. I know later on in life, he had some quotes come out that he said that were absolutely disgusting. And there's really no excuse to defend him on those quotes. I mean, it was just absolutely terrible thing to say. I know he regretted it. He issued apologies on that. And then years later, he made it public that, he was a Christian. He loved Jesus with all his heart. And, he had his life turned around, and he had his new All-American beer brand come out that he's been marketing. He has his beach shops that he does. And he was really loved by the wrestling community. I know on social media there's been a lot of pushback on it, and there's been a lot of negatives said, to say the least. But the Hulkster, man, it just didn't feel right when it happened. It was weird. But I know, Chris, you watched wrestling before I did. I mean, like, what are your thoughts on the Hulkster?
I can tell you this. I probably have earlier memories than a lot of people do of Hulk Hogan being on TV.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if you'd like me to, I can show you that.
Yes, please do.
This goes back to the 1970s. There was a daily talk show on television at the time called the Phil Donahue Show.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing a show featuring the Minnesota School of Wrestling, which was the Gagne family.
Yes.
And it featured 2 tag teams. It was the High Flyers, which was Jumpin' Jim Brunzell and Greg Gagne. And the other tag team was the East-West Connection that featured Jesse the Body Ventura and Adrian Adonis. It was the neatest thing. Being a fan of the AWA, the American Wrestling Association,
Mm-hmm.
I watched it because that's where the High Flyers and the East-West Connection, Nick Bockwinkel, Bobby Heenan got his start there. That's where everybody was at when I was growing up. And they were on the Phil Donahue Show for this. And let me just show you how he made his appearance. Because I can tell you, he didn't first come out as a good guy. He didn't come out as a babyface. He came out as a heel when he made his first ever television appearance. So let me show you. It's actually pretty cool.
What's going on here? Yeah. Excuse me. Who's this? This is Golden Boy coming in.
Gentlemen,
I'm Hulk Hogan. You get your facts straight. From Venice Beach, California. I did not come down here today to lollygag around in the halls. For that freak over there, that woman over there that called us freaks, she is the only 8 to 5 freak. I've had enough guts. Enough guts to break out 8 to 5 sooner and become a super.
Wow.
What's going on here?
Wow.
Yeah.
I was only a 30-second clip. I got you.
Who's this? This is Golden Boy coming in.
Gentlemen,
I'm Hulk Hogan. You get your facts straight.
That's
From
wild.
Venice Beach, California. I did not come down here today to lollygag around in the halls. For that freak over there, that woman over there that called us.
So how cool is
she
that?
the
That
only
is
8 to 5
very
freak. I've
cool.
had enough guts.
My goodness. The crazy thing is, Hulk was, as he got, more veteranized in the business, his promo ability was very intense. And obviously, I think with having Mean Gene Okerlund is, the lead in for a lot of his legendary promos, I think that helped. But it's amazing to see him at the beginning like that and him trying to be a heel versus him being, a baby face for so long and then making his heel turn and then releasing some of the greatest heel promos you would ever see later on. Like, that's insane. And while we're on the topic, look, I made this graphic today. I'm very proud of it. I shared a lot of Hulk's accomplishments in wrestling. He is one of the original IWGP heavyweight champions. He was a 2-time NWA Southern heavyweight champion, or he was it was a Southern heavyweight champion, North Division and South Division. So that's why there's 3 of those belts on there. Then he won the WWF Heavyweight Championship, which I have 2 different designs there because the top one, it is actually, I'm starting to get my finger to point correct. Oops, hold on. Get my finger to point correct. All right, so this gold one right here that I'm pointing at, that was the belt that he won from the Iron Sheik. But then it changed to the belt that's below that. And then obviously he had the Golden Eagle belt, which I think he made that belt look so cool. And then the belt under that's the WCW championship. And then he won the undisputed championship in the WWF. But I mean, he was a 2-time Royal Rumble winner in 1990, 1991. He set a record, though. He headlined the first 9 WrestleManias. I mean, being able to do that is just absolutely unheard of, considering where WrestleMania is today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's the reason that it is where it is. But 6-time WWF/WWE champion, 6-time WCW champion. He won a tag team championship with Edge. I mean, he's a 2-time Hall of Famer. He went in as himself. He went in with the NWO. He was Mr. America, Hollywood Hogan, the Hulkster, Hulkamania. I mean, he was just a legend.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't forget about one of his more iconic ones, though, Thunder Lips.
And to think that he did not win the AWA World Championship when he was there.
Yeah. I mean, and when you think about it, though, if you look at the people that they had at the time, I don't think he was ready to carry that belt, though. He had a lot of forming he needed.
At the time, all they had was Nick Bockwinkel.
Yeah. Which, I mean, let's be real. Nick Bockwinkel is one of the greatest of all time.
And then, he goes straight from the AWA to knocking off the Iron Sheik and winning the WWF title at the time out of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, Vince saw something in him and he put a rocket on him. And I think this was his make or break. It's like, I can make this guy into something big. And if it works out, this can work out good for the company. And it did. And here we are all these years later, and Hulk's immortalized.
So did you know when he lost the WCW heavyweight title, he took a dive?
Which time?
When he got beat by Goldberg.
Yes.
So at the time, he had a no-lose contract.
Mm-hmm.
And he would pick the matches that he would lose in.
Mm-hmm.
And he went into that match fully intending not to lose. But he saw the crowd reaction to Goldberg.
Oh, yeah.
And he took a dive.
Which, I mean, and if you watch that, I mean, it made sense because of all the momentum that was behind Goldberg at the time and it being in Atlanta. I mean, the crowd was amazing. It was one of the coolest crowds that you'll ever see, especially on just a regular show, not a pay-per-view.
Yes.
But that being said, thank you, Hulkster, for all the great memories. He will be missed.
Yep.
We remember the Hulkster for sure. But we can't just talk about the Hulkster. We got to talk about some other legends that we lost this week. Malcolm Jamal Warner. You know him from the Cosbys. You know him from the Magic School Bus. I mean, absolute legend in the entertainment industry. I mean, his face was in everybody's houses in America in the 90s. You lose Chuck Mangione, who, what's funny is, my wife actually did not realize that he was a real person. She knew him from King of the Hill, which, I mean, to be fair, his type of music doesn't reach a large base. I knew who he was because, I mean, I've big into music my whole life, but, obviously he became really known on King of the Hill, survived the explosion at the Megalomart, and I was shocked to see that he had passed. I couldn't believe it. Then you get to a big one, Ozzy Osbourne. A few weeks ago, he did his final ever performance. It was absolutely touching. It was beautiful. It really was. I mean, there's not enough that can be said about Ozzy. Some of the craziest stories in rock and roll history evolve around Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, you have more of a taste into the Ozzy era when he was in his prime.
So, isn't it? How would you like to go out with the party that he had on his way out?
Yeah, I mean, he left it all out there. It was like when the Ultimate Warrior passed away. The night before he was on WWE Raw, he gave the promo of his life. It's like, he basically, he completed his story because, he had that big falling out. And I felt like Ozzy got to complete his journey. And it was, you know, when I saw the performance, I was like, man, this, and he did fantastic in his performance, by the way. I would like to throw it out there. But, you know, seeing it though, you could just feel the love that he had for the fans, which,
Oh yeah.
if you look too, there's a ton of videos that have been emerging, which I'd seen a lot of them, but the way that, you know, he treated fans behind the scenes, because if you watch the show, The Osbournes, you did, I mean, you just saw a funny side of Ozzy, but, you know, I mean, not that many people really knew a whole ton about him in his personal life and all that. I mean, outside of what you see on TV, but when he was with like fans, especially like kids and all that, I mean, he's just a truly uplifting and loving person. He's
So,
actually a really good person.
not to change the memories and everything of these four great individuals.
Sure.
There is one thing I'm bothered about by the death of one.
Okay.
The one I'm bothered by is the daughter of Ozzy Osbourne.
Why is that?
So even with the concert in England, the Black Sabbath reunion and the farewell concert, she had to make it about her.
I hadn't seen anything that she put out there. You're talking about Kelly, right?
Yes. Did you know she got engaged at that concert to take the spotlight away from Ozzy?
I
Used
did see
his
that.
show to get engaged.
I did see that.
That's not okay.
I mean,
And
but
then-
maybe, do you think maybe though in her mind she was doing it as like since it was already a special moment for her family, she wanted to add to that? Because think about it, her father would be happy seeing that, I think.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think she's tried to make this all about her. Even after that, when the stories coming out about the supposed pact and the vacation to Switzerland or Sweden or wherever it is, which they did go on, she had to make it all about her. No, that's all a lie, and they're not going there. They're there. Shut up, Kelly.
Yeah.
It just bothers me that she's trying to make it all about her.
For sure. For sure. Man, it's crazy though how when one goes, more follow like that.
There was actually another one that my better half Marla told me about this morning that had a famous song, and I can't remember who it was. Give me just a second and I'll tell you.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly who it is. It was a singer that had a famous song back in the day. I don't remember. I'd have to ask her who it is.
You're talking about Cleo Lane?
I don't know.
She's a famous British jazz musician. She died at 97.
She had this guy had a hip hop song.
Oh.
Or a pop song, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I'm looking on X right now to see if I see anything, but all I see is about her passing.
If you give me just a second, I bet I can find out.
Can you turn your
Let
head
me
and ask
mute
her?
myself. Yeah, let me mute myself real quick and take myself off camera, and I'll ask her.
No, you're good. Well, while we wait, I want to thank everybody for hopping in tonight. This show's about to pick up and get really good. We've got a lot of cool topics tonight. Um, I really can't wait to get into some of these. They're good. But while we're at it, hey, check out Chinook Seedery, ChinookSeedery.com. Get you a sample pack. Use promo code Golden Broom for 10% off your purchase. They really are the best seeds ever. You don't get any sandpaper tongue, good natural flavors. I mean, it's just a very, very good seed. I personally am a Hatch chili guy. I love the cinnamon toast flavor. I love them all. They're really good. So definitely give them a shout. Also, if you like a good lip pillow, aka a nicotine pouch, check out our friends at Xylo. We don't have a current promo code for them that's active, right? Well, it's active, but I can't really share it because it's a lot of weird random letters and numbers for some reason. But give them a shout. We'll here, I'll play So yeah, check out Xylo. They're just like Zen, except they make a more powerful pouch. If you think 6 milligrams is not enough for you, check out Xylo. They go to 9 milligrams, which that would make me pass out and probably get sick because that is a lot of nicotine.
Would you believe she don't remember, but she's looking for it on Facebook?
It's not funny, but it's funny. I did a quick ad read while you were gone, so we're good.
Okay.
Well, while we wait on that, let's talk some football for a minute. Let's get into the weirdest thing that's come up this week. Taj Rael, defensive back. He was at Memphis last year. He's now at Purdue, joining Barry Odom, and kind of a scumbag, if I do say so myself. When you send your playbook to the opposing opponent's quarterback and literally explain to him every detail about how you're going to run your plays, dude, that's insane. Now, he did suffer an injury last year, and he missed a lot of the season. He's recovering from said injury and expects to be a contributor at Purdue this year. But, man, that's low. That's about as low as it gets. Like that, honestly, I think doing this is 10 times worse than betting on sports as an athlete. I mean, if I'll be honest with you, this should get this kid banned from the sport. You just don't do that.
Yeah, he should never play another down football. Ever.
Now, I'm curious as to what Owen McCown did in the situation. Obviously, when you're getting sent that stuff, I mean, it's hard to reply back. So, because, I mean, that's like, I don't know, that's strange to say the least. I feel like you would have to report it to your coach and say, hey, just FYI, this stuff's being sent to me. I don't really know what to do here because this is very strange. Because, I mean, you just don't do that. I don't care if you hate your team, because clearly he hated Memphis. There's no doubt about it. Because there's no defending that. I don't really know what to say.
Yeah, but there is no defending it.
Oh, hey, do you want to send Terry an invite real quick? I don't have access to Facebook on this computer.
Yeah, give me just a second.
But yeah, definitely a scumbag move, about as low as it gets. Let's move on.
I mean, have you looked into the details of that?
Not really much. I just kind of read just a basic briefing on X about it actually this morning, but I don't get it. How did the screenshots get leaked is my question.
I don't know how they got leaked, but the text messages, oh my God. He said when number 0's on there, he's playing with a bad knee and he's the worst player we have on the team.
But I did read that guy did not actually play in that game. But yeah, you can't be dogging your teammates like that. Clearly, he was not well liked by that team.
I think he went somewhere else now, and maybe Purdue, and he's off
Yeah,
the roster now.
He's not off the roster. He's on the roster.
I think they took him off the roster today.
Oh, did they
yesterday.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, he did go to Purdue. I think that's rightfully so to take him off. I don't see a reason for him to stay. I mean, who would want that affiliated with their program?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my God, if a team's going to kick a guy off, or not kick him off, but suspend him for the majority of the season just for having premarital relations, I mean, come on now.
I mean, you could be like Auburn.
Yeah. Poor Auburn.
But that's not the big team we're going to cover tonight.
Nah. They're a baby fish compared to what we're going to be covering. You know what? Let's talk about Kurt Signetti for a minute.
Okay. I'm ready.
I mean, I don't think he gets it. I mean, all right, so over the years, I've had some friends that have always talked about an SEC bias in terms of, like, SEC fans root for the conference. So, like, the SEC team makes the national championship, they're pulling for that team really hard. When that team wins, they celebrate it with them. Get it. You do. But, look, Signetti is a confident guy. We saw that last year with a lot of his interviews that he did, which rightfully so. He had a good team. But I'm sorry, but he's stretching it this year. It's not pretty. So right now, Chris, I'm going to take your leash off. I'm going to let you at him. I feel like I'm going to be clipping some of these talking points that you say tonight.
So, Coach Signetti, I love you, man. You're a hell of a coach. But this ain't it, dude. Picking a fight with the SEC over scheduling might be the dumbest move you've ever made. Now, to your credit, Coach, you don't play an FCS team this year. To your credit.
True.
But if you're going to chirp about playing FCS, the SEC playing FCS teams, let's take a look at the Big Ten, sir. 13 of the 18 teams are playing FCS teams this year. You might want to look in the mirror before you go calling out another conference.
Hey, that being said, though, let's talk about the teams that they play out of conference, though. I mean, Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, and Indiana State. Kennesaw State was one of the worst teams in the country last year.
I mean,
arguably the worst.
That's to be expected, though.
Sure.
For Kennesaw State, because it was their first or second season in Division I football.
Of course. But it's okay for him. I mean, I just don't see where I don't see how he has a talking point here. I mean, then looking at his schedule itself, I mean, he doesn't even play Ohio State or Michigan. He doesn't play Southern Cal. I mean, this is a cakewalk. I mean, not cakewalk. Let me rephrase that, because I mean he does have Penn State on his schedule. He does have Oregon on his schedule. He does have Illinois on his schedule. He does have Iowa on his schedule. I expect those to be 4 losses. I expect them to lose to UCLA as well.
Iowa's not beating Indiana. Stop it.
I'm saying it just because of the talking points on Iowa. And also because we're streaming live on an Iowa Hawkeyes page right now.
I mean, that's fair. We're also on a Big Ten page, but Iowa's not beating Indiana.
Yeah. Only one way to find out, but I don't know. But
I'm not sold on Iowa's quarterback coming into the Big Ten and being good.
Yeah.
Where we know Fernando, the quarterback at Indiana, has been good at the FBS level.
True. I will say this though, I expect Indiana to go like 7-5, maybe 6-6 this year. Mendoza's good.
Yeah. He's going to be a whole lot better than Gronkowski.
Yeah.
Gronowski, I mean. So, Iowa's not beating Indiana.
We'll see.
But yeah, Coach Cignetti, you just take a seat at this point in time, because that was the dumbest move you've made in your coaching career, is trying to call out the SEC.
For sure.
You look pathetic doing it.
Absolutely. I mean, look at these teams that the Big Ten's playing this year. I mean, come on. Which, I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. They have formulated a classic SEC schedule. I get it.
No, they haven't.
I'm talking about back in the day, you would see a lot of teams that would overload on lower competition.
Did you know that in 3 of the next 9 seasons, Georgia will be playing 3 Power 4 teams in their out-of-conference schedule, which makes for 11 of their 12 games against Power 4 competition.
I mean, heck. And
Alabama's doing it twice over the next 7 years. I think there's somebody else doing it twice over the next 7 years.
I think LSU is as well, actually.
What are we even talking about here?
I'm talking about back in the day, like 10, 15 years ago, Alabama used to schedule the most cupcake out of conference you'd ever find.
They don't do it now, and that's
No,
what
they
we're
don't.
talking about is now.
No, of course. That's why I'm saying that the Big Ten schedule and a classic SEC schedule.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
What's the red Y in the middle?
Youngstown
State.
Oh, okay. I know Grambling. I know Villanova there.
Yep.
I think that's Cal Poly in the bottom right.
It is. I'm actually proud of you on that one, even though I expected you to get it, do the California roots there. But
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for getting that, because not a lot of people would.
Is that Bulldog? Is that James Madison?
No, it is actually Western Illinois.
Okay. I know.
The
Grambling.
Leathernecks.
Is that what they're called?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay. I don't know HCU.
Houston
Christian.
Oh. And I was just over there. Imagine that.
I'm about to say, you should know that one. Come on.
I'm 6 hours from there, and I hate going there.
I hear an excuse. That's all I hear.
I hate going down there. It's too humid, and everything's too packed for me.
Do you know what the bear is?
Looks like I was thinking Montana, but I'm thinking northeast corner somewhere.
I think Central.
No, it's the wrong color to be Maine.
I'll give you a hint. They are a state school of a Mid-America team.
So it's not the Montana Grizzly?
Nope.
No. But very good guess. Because Montana State is on here.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint.
I've seen the logo. I'm just trying to put a name to it.
Their big brother school is in the SEC.
Is in the SEC.
Okay, big brother school.
and they are not a good SEC team. They have a nerd for a head coach.
I'll tell you, it's Missouri State.
Oh, okay. Because I was either going to guess that, Vandy, or Kentucky. As far as those are the three worst I could think of right off the bat. If you're talking about,
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Okay.
Which gets to Chris's other graphic for the evening. Explain this graphic.
I got to call out the ACC. The ACC yesterday, or this week, their commissioner, no, not their commissioner, one of their head coaches, Rhett Lashley from SMU, started chirping. And he said, since 1964, the same 6 SEC teams have won championships.
I mean, to
Now,
be fair, he's kind of right if you don't include expansion.
No, he's talking about the SEC.
I mean,
And
yeah.
the current SEC lineup includes Texas and Oklahoma.
Now,
So,
yes.
I went back and did some research. Teams that are currently in the SEC that have won national championships since 1964. Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Auburn, Texas, Tennessee, Oklahoma, LSU. I count 8, not 6.
Good point. Good point.
Now let's look at the ACC. The one that was chirping, the head coach that was chirping from the ACC. Florida State, Miami, Georgia Tech, Clemson, and Pitt. Since 1964, that's 5. So Rhett Lashley, take a seat, my brother. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I mentioned a couple things here. One, there should be an asterisk by Colorado because they scored on 5th down.
Fair point.
But they still won the championship.
Yeah.
Would they have?
But like I said, asterisk. I'm still going to recognize it. I wouldn't put Texas and Oklahoma because they haven't won in the SEC yet. That's like all those Ohio State fans claiming Joe Burrow.
But
that's not what he said.
That is true. Yeah. It is not what he said. But I also am on the.
They are a current member of the SEC.
Yeah, I acknowledge that. But like I wouldn't even put them on there because of that fact. Same with USC up in the Big Ten.
Yep.
I just went by current conference alignment, which is what he didn't specify.
Yeah.
So I'm not specifying here. They're in the SEC and the Big Ten. I'm counting them for those conferences.
Yeah.
But even still.
Well, heck, you could take 3 out the Big Ten, too.
That's 6 for the SEC, still without Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And it's still only 5 for the ACC. Sit down and shut up, Rhett Lashley.
And if you correct the Big Ten, they'd only have 4.
I mean, if you correct the ACC, they'd only have 4. Considering Pitt was a Big East team. The SEC was still at 6.
BYU wasn't even in the Big 12 when they won.
Yeah.
Oh, they were independent.
Yep.
It's absolutely amazing.
No, they were in the WAC.
Yeah. It's absolutely amazing how these teams have flopped to other conferences, but yet the SEC is pretty consistent. It'll be weird the day that the first team leaves the SEC.
Yeah, It will be.
because I think it's going to happen.
They
I
should
wouldn't
go
be
back to 54, so that way we could acknowledge UCLA on that list.
Nah, we can't do that for you now.
You could for me.
But why did he specify 1964?
Oh, that's the most random year you could pick.
Yeah, that's random as hell.
Maybe he was born then.
Well, nah,
Could
he's
be.
young. He's super young. Maybe his dad was born that year.
So, you know what effectively the Big Ten has done this week, right?
Set himself up for a bunch of hind end kickings this year.
If they wanted to get somebody's attention, they got it. And I don't think it's going to end well for them.
Yeah.
Now, who was it that said that?
Rhett
Tony-
Lashley.
That was Rhett Lashley from the ACC.
And who?
Yeah.
But
I'm not familiar with them. Who's he coaching?
SMU.
Okay.
But here's my thing. The Big Ten and their media days this week, every single coach in the Big Ten had something to say about the SEC and scheduling. Tony Petitti, the commissioner of the Big Ten, talked about the SEC. And guess what? You got our commissioner's attention. Greg Sankey, you got his attention.
When he shared that logo, I laughed so hard.
So I don't think it's going to end well, because if you remember, Greg Sankey last week specifically said, I was on phone every day last week with Tony Petitti. There is no deal in place on the playoffs.
Yep.
And because of that, what's going to happen, the Big Ten is pushing this 4 plus 4 plus 1, 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. Kind of 4 guaranteed spots for the SEC, 4 guaranteed spots for the Big Ten. That's what they're pushing. And now that you've pissed off Greg Sankey, you might want to place your bets that it's going to remain a 5-11 scenario, 5 conference champions, 11 at large. And Greg Sankey's going to say, fuck y'all, because 9 times out of 10, those 11 teams, you're going to have 4 every year from the SEC.
Yep.
Every year. And it doesn't guarantee the Big Ten anything. I don't think it's going to end well for the Big Ten.
Yeah. I can agree with you on that. I am curious, though, to see how it ends up playing out with, like, how many teams end up getting in from each conference.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, let's be real. I mean, the way the schedules are set up, it's going to be hard to get to 10-2 in the SEC.
Oh, definitely.
Which, I mean,
Well,
I like the competition happening, but
We also flip next year.
yeah,
We rotate next year.
yep, which will be nice. I'm ready for
It's
that.
going to be hard for some teams.
So let's move to a topic that you're excited to discuss, Chris.
Oh, God. Okay.
I can't believe his mom tagged him. Oh, my gosh.
We can talk some Boo Carter.
I didn't even know anything about this guy until Chris messaged me the other day about him.
Yeah, I mean, and one thing to say, though, like, as an athlete, great. Simple as that. It really is.
But is it? If you're an athlete, do you want to be accused of being affiliated?
No, not at all.
That's what some of the stories are going around.
There are a lot of stories going around right now. I don't know what to believe and what not to believe, but I feel like if it was really serious, that he would not be on the team anymore. Which I guess we'll find out early this coming week because
Monday night, mandatory meeting, 7 p.m.
Yep.
Kick off to fall camp.
My man's going to walk in there with a crown and a fur coat on.
Oh, dear God.
But yeah, his mom, though, she has quite the vocabulary on her.
She's
I
who?
mean, I'm not going to read that bottom line of what she said in that post, but if you're watching, you can obviously read it for yourself. I laughed really hard.
I still have faith you could beat her in Scrabble.
I think I got her on that one, actually. That's my jam right there.
So,
but yeah, RS ain't a word.
So if we're going to talk about Boo Carter, we have to have an open dialogue, right? The kid's got a history.
Okay.
When he was a junior, he was at Chattanooga Christian High School in Chattanooga, Tennessee. His team was undefeated. They won their first playoff game. They were getting ready to play their second playoff game against Franklin Road Academy. He did not show up for practice on Thursday, did not play in the game on Friday, and on Monday transferred out of the school to Chattanooga Brainerd High School. He literally quit his team in the middle of a playoff run because he was accused of doing some things that could have led to criminal charges but never did. And he was going to be expelled from school. But since he left in good standing, they had never punished him. He left, that's what they call leaving in good standing in Tennessee. He was able to participate immediately at Chattanooga Brainerd. He played on their basketball team, took them to the Final Four of the state tournament. The next time you see him in uniform, he's at a third high school in less than 12 months called Bradley Central. This kid played for 3 different schools in a span of 12 months. He's got a history of doing stuff like this. Is it any shock that that's what's playing out in Knoxville, Tennessee right now?
He reminds me of my made-up characters on Road to Glory. I kept going to different college every year.
So what do you guys think? What if you're Josh Heupel, what do you do with him?
I think you have to get open dialogue going. I think it's a situation of you have to know the facts. You have to know, hey, are these rumors true? You got to make sure that he's the right fit for your school. I mean, if he is going to be a problem, which right now it's not looking good for him, but if he's going to be a problem, I mean, you just got to cut ties.
And there was an interview today done with Kinselman, their All-American tight end.
Love that dude.
And he said some things that kind of make you wonder. Because he's talking about the player council, which every team has a player council. That's your team leadership in the locker room. But the way he talked is they've got 30 kids on this player council. If you have 30 kids on the player council, you got a problem. Because you got too many voices. I think Tennessee's in for a rude awakening this year, and I don't think it's going to be pretty in Knoxville. And Cody's busy.
No, I just We got popped for copyright, apparently.
Is it the tweet?
I
No.
think no, it was the WWE video I shared. I think, but when I click it, it's not there. So I don't know. That's weird.
Seems like a hot mess. I don't think I'd want him at UCLA. He'd probably be a perfect fit for USC.
Oh, I can go ahead and tell you now.
That kind of character, or the Florida Gators would probably take him.
Word is he was out west over the weekend, and the word is he's been maybe enjoying some Rocky Mountain High this week.
Yeah.
Is another rumor that's out there.
Well, they can drug test him and find that out real quick.
That completely went over your head.
So how about Colorado?
Colorado.
Oh, I thought you meant.
No, there's a rumor that he's been visiting Colorado. So, who knows what's going on?
I mean, if that's the case, that needs to be investigated. Considering he's not in the portal.
And every bit of this is all speculation right now. We just don't know.
I mean, and then again, too, I mean, another thing to think about, he could have just decided, hey, I just want to get away for a minute. And he could have went and visited friends. Like, very much could have just done that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's no telling. I mean, this could be a nothing burger right here. And maybe his mom's not lying. Maybe she's straight up just saying, hey, like, this ain't real. I mean, she could have probably worded it a little bit better, but
right.
Maybe it's just people are just overthinking this right now.
Now, I will say this. The kid's a phenomenal athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Freshman All-American at safety last year.
Mm-hmm.
Kid can play.
Yep.
And not only can he play on defense, in high school, his junior year, he averaged over 200 yards rushing per game. The kid's a baller.
Yep.
So if you can get him straight, that's a kid you want on your team.
Yep. But if you can't, he's going JUCO. I don't think. If anything comes out, he's screwed. I mean, there's no way a D1 team would take him on their roster. And at this point, if he gets kicked off the team, he can't play anyway.
Yeah, he cannot play anywhere in FBS this year unless it's at Tennessee.
And at this point, I think it's if there is an issue, I think it's time for him to fix it.
Which is wild, because this might be a good segue into our next one. No, because Jake Retzloff never entered the transfer. Retzloff never entered the transfer portal.
True.
He simply withdrew from school and enrolled at Tulane. So how can he play this year?
Has he been deemed eligible?
I don't know.
Because that's something I didn't even think about. But, I mean, I think in his case, I think it's a little bit different because, I mean, that suspension was complete BS. I understand having an honor code and all that, but for what he did, I don't think that's worthy of that kind of a punishment.
Fair.
Kind of threw me off with the other two being on there.
Yeah. I figured we'd talk about all three of them at the same time in a segment, but it's all good. It's all good. Which, I mean, we'll get into Retzlaff. That being said, a new executive order was signed this week.
This dude just wants to get sued, don't he?
I guess. I was very shocked that an executive order would be signed for college athletics, to say the least.
Did you hear what he called it?
It was something like the Trump saves college football or something like that.
The name of the executive order is Donald Trump saves college athletics.
Which, I mean, let's be real, that's kind of funny, though, because that is 100% something he would say.
Yes.
I'm trying to read this thing.
Oh, yeah, good luck with that.
See if I got a magnifying glass.
If you pull up a magnifying glass right now, I'm going to be very impressed.
I'm on my phone.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Eventually, I think come Christmas time, because, I like to, these sort of things I like to plan. I'm looking to get those Apple headphones, Apple headphones I just tried
Oh,
out.
yeah.
So
Okay.
do that, and then connect with the Apple computer I got my wife,
There you go.
so I could ditch the phone.
Hey, ain't
Maybe
nothing
get
wrong with
a
that.
background graphic thing and find out where Chris got his little background, whatever format he used.
Oh, that's
Not
the
the
easy
same
part.
exact ones, but
That's
Yeah.
the easy part.
we'll pick your brains.
It'd be like a $10 investment. They're not expensive on Amazon.
Yeah.
You can even get one that you set on the back of your chair, and it just covers up whatever your background is right there. And you can just put whatever background you want there. It's really cool.
Mhm.
But no, I don't think that this was the right place for this kind of ruling to go through. Personally,
Not after what the Supreme Court has ruled.
yeah, I mean, like my thing is keep the government out of sports.
I agree.
They got bigger fish to fry.
Sports is like the one thing we use to get away from politics.
Exactly.
And
I
this
don't like
dates
them
back
combined.
even before this. I mean, I don't agree with whatever's going on here. Even though I can't read it, but
So
they need to stay out of it.
I mean, these list of items that are changing are crazy, but I think there's a more important list that Trump needs to worry about. But
so
I was hoping to throw that in at some point.
so basically, Terry, what he did, he signed an executive order on Thursday that prohibits third-party pay-for-play payments, and directed the Secretary of Labor and the National Labor Relations Board to clarify that athletes are amateurs and not employees of their schools. Well, I hate to break it to you, but the Supreme Court has already ruled on that. I believe the Delaware case came down, and the basketball players are considered to be employees.
Yeah. Now, all right. So, Chris, you're the government guy here. Let me ask: can an executive order override a Supreme Court ruling?
No.
Well, then there you go. So basically, this could be just a nothing burger.
And he has no right to tell mom and pop's country fried steak restaurant down the street that they can't pay an athlete for playing in a game.
That is true. It kind of hurts small businesses here if you think about it.
He has no authority to tell them that.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, these small businesses that sign NIL deals with college athletes, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're paying these players for playing in games. That's what they're doing. Which is exactly what the Supreme Court has ruled can happen. So I don't think this has a leg to stand on. I would be shocked if you don't see at least 2 or 3 lawsuits by the end of next week about this, and maybe even a class action lawsuit.
Yeah, quite potentially here. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's talk a little bit of NFL here.
Okay.
So, obviously, Chris, you're a Tennessee Titans fan.
I'm waiting on you to give me your take because I don't.
Yeah.
I've heard you mention this and say something, and
Yeah. So, I mean, my thing is
I'm
this. It is truly a shame that Will Levis is out for the season. I think that he was done a disservice by the Titans. I feel like that medical staff should have recognized the signs earlier to get him the treatment he needed earlier. And I mean, and honestly, I mean, maybe he would not have been ready yet to come back, but he would be back sooner, much sooner than he will be now after getting the repair. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like seeing an athlete getting set back because of, you know, the organization they're involved with, especially in the professional ranks of all things.
mm-hmm.
I mean, look, I get it. You know, your medical crew isn't always going to be perfect,
Mm-hmm.
but this one I feel is just it's a shame. Now it's the Cam Ward show, and you know, I like Cam Ward's mindset. I don't know how I see the Titans doing this year. I mean, I've looked into them. They got a solid team on them, but I'm not a fan of Will Levis getting this in this situation. This is truly a shame. And I know obviously too Levis wanted to play. Let's be real. If you think you can play through the pain, you're going to do it. And I think that's what he was doing. But I don't know. I think this just could have been handled better.
Okay. You want my take on it?
Absolutely.
Will Levis has caught the blame for a bad football team.
Yes.
Well, let's go back and look at that. He had the worst offensive line in the NFL. Might have been one of the worst offensive line in NFL history. It was bad.
Facts.
The kid got hurt at Miami. They knew he was hurt. They pulled him from the game. He sat out. Actually, if you want to be real, he was hurt before that. And he tried to play through it in the Miami game and couldn't. And that's why they pulled him.
Yeah.
Because they talked about him having a sore shoulder before the Miami game.
Yeah.
So he sits out 5 games. And then he comes back. And that first game back, he couldn't throw the football.
Yep.
And you left him out there for the rest of the season, knowing that he couldn't throw the football. They knew he was hurt. That's where I'm going to blame the Titans.
Yep.
Now, let's roll it forward a little bit. What happens in June every year in the NFL?
What?
Team activities, right?
Yeah.
OTAs. Will Levis was at OTAs. And he tried to give it a go.
Mm-hmm.
Much respect.
Absolutely.
But they also knew when they drafted Cam Ward, and that's why they drafted Cam Ward, was that Will Levis had already made the decision. He wanted to see how it worked out at OTAs with his shoulder because they knew he was still hurt. And he told them, I want to see what happens before I make a final decision. He went to OTAs and he couldn't do it.
Yep.
Brian Callahan admitted on day 1 of training camp They knew that this was a possibility of happening. So for them people to say Will Levis screwed the Titans over, not accurate at all.
Mm-mm.
If anybody screwed anybody over, it was the Titans and the way they treated him last year.
Well, I mean, Brett screwed Brett, so.
So that's where I'm at on it. Go get healthy, son.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, his senior year of college at Kentucky, he played through a foot injury that was so severe after the season was over, he had to have surgery.
Yep.
And he comes back his second year in the NFL, first year as a full-time starter. He gets hurt, and he plays through a shoulder injury that was so severe that he had to have surgery.
Yeah.
Two of the last 4 years, the kid's played hurt. What do we really have in Will Levis that is telling us that he can't do it in the NFL? Because we don't know. He's not had a legitimate opportunity to show what he can do because he's been hurt.
A healthy Will Levis is a dangerous Will Levis. That is a fact.
Yes.
Now, but it makes me wonder, though, if Cam Ward, let's say he has a breakout year this year, is Levis trade bait for the draft next year?
He could be trade bait.
Because I don't think he wants to be a backup quarterback.
But if Cam Ward is doing good things, Will Levis is still on his rookie deal.
Yeah.
If you're the Titans, why would you want to let him go? Because you got a legit backup quarterback on the cheap.
Yeah.
So why would you want to trade him at that point?
And honestly, they could even do a 2-quarterback system if they chose to.
And given Cam Ward's style of play, I'm sure Will Levis is going to get to play quite a bit because it's a dangerous style.
It is. I mean, honestly, and this is not a knock at Cam Ward because I think he's a good quarterback. I do think his interception numbers are going to be pretty high this year.
He's a rookie. It should be high.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be higher than what you want to see out of a rookie.
I mean, if you're throwing 10 or 15 interceptions as a rookie, that's to be expected.
I think it might get higher than that, though.
So if we were to throw a scenario out there, let's say they do decide to go the route of trading him while he's still in his rookie contract, because what teams haven't done that?
Mm-hmm.
What 3 teams, and he say he doesn't want to play backup, but where, honestly, if we were to think of 3 teams, if any, could he be possibly competing, if not starting outright?
Colts.
Miami.
And I was going to say the Dolphins would be my number 2 on that. And then
The Jets?
I'd say maybe the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe after this season, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're going to let Aaron Rodgers stay the whole season just because it's Aaron Rodgers. Let him have his last hurrah.
Well,
Yeah.
Will Levis can't be traded until he passes a physical. He can't pass a physical right now.
Yeah.
Well, let's say he does get, back to, healthy.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like with the injury he's having, the way you guys are describing, I'm assuming it's shoulder and, everything else, he's not going to be at 100%. Kind of like with Dante Culpepper with all his injuries he's suffered through his career.
Mm-hmm.
That healthy enough to, let's say, not get injured for a few seasons since he's still fairly young. He's still got time. So you said the Miami, and I said the Jets because it seems like they're having crappy luck, especially with, I guess, Fields is out for the year.
Well, not out for the year.
No.
Oh,
They carted him off yesterday and said he'd be day to day because he got his toe stepped on and he's got a dislocated toe.
Ooh.
Toughen up, son.
He was back today at practice.
Okay. I didn't read that one yet.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, wait, what? Because when I was getting an image to put this graphic together, I typed his name in. I looked and it said Justin Fields back at practice today, and I was like, what?
What about
the
Las
Cardinals?
Vegas?
Well, Las Vegas needs a quarterback, that is for sure. So
I'm not sure how long Geno Smith's going to last there.
I don't like.
I think Las Vegas is banking on a Carson Beck or Cade Klubnik or Drew Olar, somebody of that nature.
Yeah, I could see that. Klubnik would be great in Las Vegas, actually.
Mm-hmm.
He could be a superstar, actually, but I don't know.
I think the Cardinals could be a team.
I don't seem like Kyler was getting better. I don't know.
I think
That's another one that stays hurt.
Yeah. And what's crazy is Kyler Murray might be the most athletic quarterback in the NFL right now, but he just can't stay healthy.
Cleveland?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
Who's the owner of the Cleveland Browns?
I don't know.
Tell us.
Haslam.
Who's that?
The Haslam brothers own the Pilot Corporation. Do you know who the big boosters at Tennessee are?
I'm assuming the Pilot Corporation.
The Haslam family.
Gotcha.
Do you know who the Haslams are close to?
Who?
Peyton Manning.
You thinking Big Arch might go there?
Arch to Cleveland.
I mean, that's a stretch though, because Arch hasn't proven anything yet.
And Peyton gets a front office job.
That would be interesting.
That's been the game plan all along for the Haslams.
Interesting.
I could see Jerry Jones trying to make a play for him to get rid of Dak.
Needs to do something because Dak ain't it.
The whole team ain't it.
It's true. It's true. It's very true.
New Orleans, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't see Spencer as the long-term answer.
I want to believe in him though.
I want to believe in him. He played good. He did play good last year as a rookie. The opportunities that he had, he did play well.
Yeah.
But I don't think he fits the system that Kellen Moore wants to run.
What about this one? Let's say since he's already kind of getting up there in age.
Who's that?
The Rams.
Oh.
Could be.
Yeah.
Because they like a quarterback that can air it out.
It's true.
Call me crazy. I think there's two other teams that could be possible destinations.
Who would that be?
Kansas City and Buffalo. How much longer can Patrick Mahomes go?
Well, the way he's being protected, probably another 10 years.
He wasn't protected very well last year.
They got to keep us guessing.
Last year, he had the most sacks of his NFL career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Buffalo, how much longer can Josh Allen go?
Yeah.
Well, he's still younger than Mahomes, right? He hasn't been in as long.
He might be a year before Mahomes or a year after Mahomes. I'm not sure.
This one just popped in my head now I think about it. What about Seattle?
Seattle needs a quarterback. So there's a lot of teams out there that could use a guy like Levis. It's just a matter of how does it all fall together.
Yeah.
What pieces are they willing to deal to get him?
Especially with the injuries, people are going to be asking for discounts.
Exactly. And Cody's busy. He's just not paying attention to that.
I'm angry, actually. Let me tell you why I'm angry right now.
The pop-up thing?
No, I had a chance to go to the Barons game tonight, Birmingham Barons versus Montgomery Biscuits game tonight. Our buddy and off the bench, Jim Cross, went. Guess who he got to meet tonight?
Somebody from LSU.
No. One of the biggest names you could ever meet, and I'm so mad right now. Bo
Which sport?
Jackson.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
I live less than 30 minutes from the stadium. I was offered tickets today. One of my vendors had tickets. All right, you want to go? And I was like, I got my show tonight. I'll pass. I appreciate it, though. I had no idea Bo was going to be. I don't know that. I would have said we're canceling the show tonight. Oh, my gosh. I'm sick right now. Man. Because I had a chance to meet him as a kid, and I didn't get to take a picture with him.
Okay.
Man, that sucks.
Well,
It's all good.
I got one for you, too. Now, it's not a single person. However, it was just being a witness to a first time for something. So, as you look at my background here, all done by me. I designed it. I'm a LA Kings fan. They first won their cup in 2012. I just came back from a deployment. I went through a pretty bad divorce. And I was like, I'm looking at, just out of curiosity, I'm like looking at game day prices. It was for the game they won, right? To win the cup. It was in LA. And I was like looking, I'm like, I was like $75. I'm like, I'm like looking at it. I'm like, yeah, baby, it's a good price, but I don't feel like dealing with the traffic in LA. And
You missed out on Gretzky.
So, huh?
And you missed out on Gretzky.
Yeah. So, but, well, just the fact of, not so much Gretzky, just to witness them win one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like looking back at it, I'm like, you know what? I could just stay the night there and then paid the money, maybe just got with my brother, get totally annihilated, and just say that I could witness it.
So, you know what I got to witness?
What's that?
The loudest indoor sporting event in history. The Nashville Predators in the Western Conference Finals, winning to go to the Stanley Cup Finals. The loudest indoor sports, the loudest indoor sports event in history. It was loud. It hurt my ears. Loud.
That would have been fun.
Did you drink beer from the fish face?
I
No.
want to throw an octopus on the ice. That's like a goal of mine.
And that, I had gone to a Vanderbilt baseball game. I left in the 5th inning, drove over to Bridgestone Arena, got in, and oh my God, the environment, the sound in that place. I do not regret leaving a Vanderbilt baseball game at all to go experience that.
Sure. I don't blame you. Dang.
Speaking of Vanderbilt, me and my buddy are talking about going to Austin to see Vanderbilt, Texas this coming year. Because I went to Texas Tech last year when they almost lost to Abilene Christian. Kind of got my son hooked on with Red. But I think if I take my son to a different event, I'm just trying to get him a little mascot thing from every game I go to. That way you could say he was there, and kind of like a memory thing for me, so no always remember me by. But because we're looking to, I would have gone against Ohio State, but it's in Columbus. I'm like, I don't want to go to Columbus. So
Nobody
we do a
does.
3-hour drive to Austin and see it there. But So yeah, I plan on gonna see that game in Austin.
Okay.
Very nice.
You know, if Vanderbilt wins, you're gonna have to get a picture of Diego Pavia taking a leak on the field, right?
I'll even bring the hat, have them put it on just to say Diego Pavia wore my Vanderbilt hat.
There you go.
Oh man, I think I'm actually going to a few games this year myself. I haven't locked them all down yet, but there is one I want to go to, and it's on October 18th. Actually, make a trip to Nashville, Tennessee, and watch my LSU Tigers lay the smacketh down on the Vanderbilt
Oh,
Commodores.
stop! They didn't lay the smack down last year.
Oh, this year's different. It's gonna
No,
be
it's
nasty.
not.
Oh,
No,
it's
it's
gonna be
not.
nasty. Chris, let's go together. Let's go so I can just watch
Let's
you
go.
cry. Let's
Let's
do
go.
it. Let's get credentialed and go. Let's make it worth it.
Let's go.
I want to go to a game where we can't cheer and it be both of our teams playing. You know how funny that would be?
Let's go.
Let's do it. I think we should.
But you're not going to lay no smack down on us. That's crazy talk.
We are going to
Sounds like
see.
loser has to wear the other team's T-shirt.
Happily would do it. We're going to see Diego Pavia cry after this game.
Because you guys made him cry. Like, it took a bullshit call to save LSU's ass last year.
Oh my God. Go rewatch the game.
It took a bullshit call at the end. It took a bullshit call at the end on a targeting call that prevented Vanderbilt from getting the ball back and tying the score.
Well, why did he target?
He didn't. And
Oh, he
you
did.
even said so.
I know I did.
Randy just has problems with Tigers in general. First the non-safety call. Then
I'm still livid over that mess.
Man.
We didn't have no problem with the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah,
That's true. But to be fair, Diego Pavia has their number, and there's no question about it.
What are you going to do if Diego Pavia beats LSU?
I'll give him his props and then be very, very depressed for a week until the next game.
I think you should buy a Diego Pavia jersey.
I would 100% do that.
There you go, Chris.
So
It'd say Daddy Pavia on the back of it.
One of my buddies has a number 2 Vanderbilt jersey, and on the back of it says "Pissin'."
No way.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's so cool. Dang.
Yep. It says "Pissin'" on the back of it.
I like that. Well,
And if you don't know the story, Terry, Diego Pavia.
In Kentucky, right?
No.
Wow.
When he was in New Mexico State, they had to practice for their bowl game. Well, they put him at the University of New Mexico. And Diego Pavia, after one of the practices, had to go to the bathroom. So he whipped it out and started pissing right there on the field and pissed on their logo. And got caught. Got caught doing it. So ever since then, that's the deal. If we beat you in your house, he's pissing on your logo.
I like it. I do.
At least that's the running joke.
Well, let's see.
I'm always pretending it's real. It's real to me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, boys, let's get these final thoughts in. Andrew's speaking in my heart right now.
What do you put?
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. So, Terry, I know you're going to talk some Hulkster, so I'm going to let your final thoughts be about the Hulkster. Go ahead. Let's hear them.
Well, I know nobody's perfect. You know, he who has no sin cast the first stone.
Amen.
Let's say
Mhm.
there's other worse people, but that's beside the point now. For what he did, not just for wrestling, but being for pop culture in general, it's like he was like the gateway, like to show people what they didn't see before. And
Mm-hmm.
now you could, not saying he's the greatest like in ring performer, but just the icon. Like he's definitely on the Mount Rushmore
Oh yeah,
to where he took wrestling to where you can say it is today.
absolutely.
It all went through him. So
Mhm.
it sucks, but thanks for awesome childhood because I used to love watching matches with him. My crazy uncle would come around because that's the only time we'd really watch wrestling. Then he would always bring videos and stuff, VHS, watch all the old
Mhm.
videos with. So it's like it wasn't just him, but just like my uncle who's no longer with us. That's just one of those great memories to have. So rest easy, and yeah, that's pretty much it on that one.
I like it. All right, Chris. I know you got something brewing in you.
So I just my mind is jumbled right now, but what I want to say is take care of yourselves. Um, we know Hogan lived a life where he did things to his body that probably wasn't conducive to long-term health. We know Ozzy did things to his body during his reign in music. You know, just take care of yourself. Don't don't go out here doing stuff that's going to harm you long term.
Yep.
Your families want you around, even in your old age, like in your 70s and 80s, and when you're getting up there, they want you around.
Yep.
So just take care of yourselves. Make sure that you're there when your family wants you. So that's about all I got.
I like it. Well, my final thoughts are this. I'm gonna go out on a more happier light tonight, because I'm really sad after both of your final thoughts. Um, no. My final thoughts are this: we're getting closer and closer to football. Finally, thank the Lord. But no, this weekend, taking the family, we're going to the property, gonna ride some four wheelers, ride the tractor, and all that fun stuff tomorrow. Can't wait. And then tonight, though, after I get off the show, I'm going to watch Happy Gilmore 2 with the wife, who is currently asleep, but she's going to wake up for this one because I've been waiting for it. I mean, every day I see the previews for it, and I'm just like, oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. I've seen the reviews for it. They basically said it's corny, cheesy, just like the original, which is what I'm hoping for. I look forward to some of the stupid cameos that are going to be in it. But Happy Gilmore is one of my all-time favorite movies, so it's only fitting to get Happy Gilmore 2. Now all I hope for is a Waterboy 2 because I got to know what happened to Bobby Boucher. I got to know, did him and Vicky Valancourt, did they get married or did they stay married? Does he have a new little baby Bobby ready to get into college? Like, what's going on here? So I want to know the story of that one. But no, I'm very excited to go watch that movie tonight here in about the next 5-10 minutes. So those are my final thoughts. And with that said, thank you everybody that tuned in tonight. Sorry for my copyright pop that got us taken off the air for a minute, but we're good to go and we're back. And
That's what it was.
it was.
It had your voice on repeat. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yep. Yeah, it was weird. It basically just randomly just had a red pop up, and it literally took it down right in the middle of us sharing that video.
Oh
Chris
wow.
warned me too before we went live to not do it. And I was like, I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to take the risk. And then bam. That's our first copyright pop in a long time, too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Remind
it's
me,
all.
Brandon. I can't even say his last. Is it OG? OGE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. He sent me the little video they did, like a tribute for SmackDown night. So I'm gonna send you guys that one in our
Yeah,
chat.
that's what we shared. You talking about where Triple H spoke and they did the 10-bell salute?
Oh, you got that one too? Oh,
Yeah,
you did? Oh, okay.
that's what got us taken down.
Oh, did you see the whole thing or what?
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind. I'm not saying it then. Jeez, make me feel
Yeah.
special. Done.
But nah, it was a good tribute. I thought they handled that very well. I'll watch SmackDown later. I got it recorded, so I'm gonna go see what all they did for him on there. It'll be a good one to watch. But that being said, thank you everybody for watching tonight. We'll be back next week. I think next week's going to be when we start recording our mini episodes and get things lined up and going. Also, I have to give a shout out to all the people that do watch because I was checking our YouTube analytics today, and we're up 999% on our views over the last few months. I don't know if you know this, Chris, but one of our videos is actually taken a lot of traction lately, and it was our video with Coach Ron Cooper getting the story of how Tyrann Mathieu became the Honey Badger. And because, with him retiring this week, which that's something we probably should have talked about, but which we'll give some tribute to him later. Yeah, so people started watching that video this week. It ended up getting like an additional 1,200 views this week after it was announced. It's like, whoa.
You still got to do something before Christmas, though.
You said what now?
Try to get it, since you guys had your players on, you got to try to get a UCLA player without bashing them. I mean, okay, I don't blame you for bashing Ethan Garbers because he sucks, but
I'm mad at him still.
Huh?
I'm still mad at him.
Why?
He didn't come on the show.
Well, weren't you the one kind of bad mouthing him prior to asking?
Nah, I never bad mouthed him.
Oh.
I always had positive hope for UCLA.
Well, heck, try Coach Foster. It might be a short conversation.
I don't know. I don't know if he would be a good fit on here.
He might give me the Big Ten Media Day speech.
God, I would love that actually. No, I wouldn't mind having some UCLA players come on. I'll try to reach out to a few and see if I can get someone on before the season starts because I know during the season it's hard to get players on. But I'm going to see what I can do. I've reached out to quite a few people and just have not gotten as much response as I want.
Let me try to find one on the roster that's from like Tennessee or something because I think they might have got a player or two from Tennessee. They might be more opening to that.
Yeah.
I'll give you names and then I'll let you try to work your magic.
I like it. Let's do it.
Send them a bag of the Chinook
Seedery. Yeah, we can do that. We can definitely do that. We'll make it happen. Well, all right, everybody. Well, thank y'all for watching. We're going to get out of here. Y'all have a good night. And next Friday, I'll give my review on Happy Gilmore 2. So,
all right, sounds good.
That said, y'all.
On the